Shivaarti Bajaj joins us from the National Capital Region. She is co-founder of a law firm that goes by the name of RST Bajaj Global. She's the managing partner of the firm. She joins us on Legally Speaking for the first time, looking for some interesting insights from you as well, Shivaarti. I'll take this to Shivaarti Bajaj. You co-founded a law firm. You run a law firm in the National Capital Region of Delhi. Something which would have been unimaginable 30 years ago, because I mean, many times on this show, anecdotes have been given that whenever a woman who's learned or got a degree in law was told that, okay, you got your degree, but go back, get married, produce children. Learning is one thing and practicing is another. From that stage in the 80s and the 70s to now, when we see top women general counsels, people like you who lead law firms, what would you have to say about somebody who broke the barrier for the first time, Justice Fatima Beevi?
Thank you, Tarun. It's a pleasure to be on your show with a very, very esteemed panel here. I've learned a lot from this panel. Unsaid that how much Pinky ma'am and Megha ma'am have. Yes. So, it's a very good question. If I have to summarize it, in the journey for late Honorable Justice Fatima Beevi's journey, is intellect, in my opinion, has no gender. And I think that is what has come in the forefront, if we can see. She was undoubtedly the most remarkable chapters of women empowerment in the Indian judiciary. And, for that, when we say, for a woman of her caliber to obtain the firsts of not only being a woman judge of Supreme Court of a nation in Asia, not only India though, in Asia, and a woman to obtain a gold medal from the Bar Council in 1950s. It's something which is, I think, as it's beyond a mere applause, if we can say. It's an inspiration. So, coming back to your specific question about running a law firm and practicing law, it's very popularly said that studying law is one thing and practicing law is another dragon within itself. So, yes, it is challenging without doubt. It is, as I say, you are, as Reid Hoffman says, the founder of LinkedIn, that you jump off the cliff without a parachute and you make a parachute on your way down. So this is, I think, what a journey of practicing law summarizes. Everyone's had, everyone on this panel here has had their struggles. And it can be of different shades of gray, but it's been there. And, running a law firm I call it law plus, because you have to practice law per se. And beyond that, you have to take care of a lot of other aspects, which may or may not be legal per se. So these are the things, which I think test you and help you grow also as an individual. But I see now, as stated by everyone also, times are changing, but they're changing quick. But to witness the change, I think we are in very interesting times. Because we have, I'll say, a lot of ecosystem support coming the way for women practitioners now, which is being fueled even by the statement of Honorable Chief Justice of India when he recently said that the judiciary can only make High Court and Supreme Court judges from the pool available to them. And it needs to be an effect from bottom to up in terms of it trickling up from the district courts, which is now seeing an increase of 70 to 80% women judges being inducted in the judiciary.
And I'll go to Shivaarti Bajaj. Before telling me your experience since you joined, also could you throw light on this aspect? In the 70s, we had a prime minister who was a lady. Then we had many successful chief ministers who are women. So prime minister was Indira Gandhi, there was Jayalalitha. Of course, we had Vijayaraje Scindia. She was, of course, one of the founders of the Jansangh, also got elected many times. So women have been leading even in those times. They were accepted also. The numbers may be less, but they have held pole positions right at the top. It's just that the judiciary took time because they were non-accepting. Now they are. But because the judiciary is also so personality driven that with every collegium change, the attitude towards women being accepted may also change, because each collegium member comes with his own set of thoughts, and that influences decision making. So sporadically there may be encouragement, sporadically there may be periods where there is a lull. What has changed since you have joined the profession? Because you run a law firm, so in a sense that you have to do all the front facing with the client, and it's not like a firm that you become a part of. So, what are the challenges there for you as a woman? And you worked earlier for a law firm. How has been this journey?
Sure, Tarun. Tarun, I'll first take the contemporary part of your question. In the recent times, you're absolutely right. The judiciary, the judges, everyone is more welcoming. But it is a very recent phenomena. If we can literally put it in a single digit of maybe 4 to 6 years, is when we're seeing the change. And a lot of it has trickled down from, instances like our Honorable Prime Minister, PM Modi, giving statements from the Red Fort, like, women women lawyers per se should be encouraged. So things like that have a very huge trickle down effect. And yes, the whole judiciary, judges, everybody is becoming very encouraging of women in the profession of law when they're in court. Personally experienced that also. So that is, but again, a very single digit number, if you can put it to, right? But if we go back in the times, when you say, we've in those times, not only leaders, if I first break it down to legal and other forms of leadership, we have here in the panel itself, we have leaders like Pinky ma'am, who've just moved on, who've just moved day to day and minute to minute. I mean, I do not think a person like her would have really thought that I'm a woman or a man. Point is, leaders have a very inherent quality of going on. They move, they act. So, and also it comes, a lot of it comes from within. Now, but major difference that if you ask me from leaders who've, women who've held prime positions in the past to now, is I think the ecosystem compromise that they'd had to make earlier versus now. If somebody, most of the leaders, if you go, would maybe have to compromise on their personal life in terms of time or companionship or in some form or the other. Whereas nowadays, when I say nowadays, I'm again literally talking about 3 to 5 years. So maybe that is now changing, A. And secondly, in terms of a holistic approach to life, wherein they are viewed with a more broader lens. Earlier, it was leadership was only defined as, are you like a man to be a leader? Now leadership needs to be, are you a leader within your own right? I think these are the major differences that we're saying. Earlier, you maybe had to talk, walk, and dress like a man to be even considered a leader. Now, I think women have a different form of leadership. That doesn't mean leadership only has one shade, right? Similarly, like in your profession, you're in the profession. There are different shades of everybody you conduct a wonderful show, and maybe you have your own style to do it, vis-a-vis somebody else who has a different style to do it. So these are the things, that I think in the longer run will come out in the and will be more appreciated. Yes, and especially with the coming of the Women Reservation Bill, as we know, the act, which has been passed. Again, it is the basic crux of the act currently is, again, to put women in, the government is being very, having a very big foresight on that, to put women, as you said, in the position of decision making. So I think that these are the little steps that we are taking, which maybe in the next decade or two will show its true form and shape.